Yeah, it's freaking hot out here today, but it's been nice. It's been nice. So I'm just doing this one off the cuff, but I was trying to gather the ideas and the thought processes around it. But it's important stuff. And what it is what I was thinking about was if you're this body type, you're this endomorphic body type, and people don't catch it early in your life, it makes it a lot harder for you to adjust to what's going on because you develop habits and lifestyles that just never allow you to manage your weight and keep things easy for yourself, like accept the reality. And it's interesting how we are how we're fed this lifestyle, and a lot of people just they drink the Kool-Aid, if you will, and they just live however, and they don't do the things that are most beneficial for them physically. So what I would say is, if you want to help some kids out there, if you see some chunky kids, and you're comfortable with the parents, talk to the parents and say like, man, are you sure that that kid isn't an endomorphic body type? Because I mean, you can look this stuff up on the internet. It's very easy. Body types. It's very easy. It's true. It's real stuff. And hey, maybe it's your kid. Maybe you're a kid right now and you're hearing the video and you're like, man, why is this so hard for me to manage my weight? It may be because you have this body type and you really can't eat much of anything. You're just going to have a hell of a situation going through your life. Everyone else is going to be able to eat all these amazing things and you're not going to be able to enjoy anything. And it sucks, but that's, kind of the way that it is. So, you know, people been talking about the weight training and things like that. When you're a kid, I think that you should just walk. That's what I spent a lot of my time doing when I was a kid. I walked a lot. I did a lot of walking. I did a lot of running. I rode my bike. All those things are good. Moving your legs, getting out and moving your legs a lot, and just, working on, maybe running hills, working on your athleticism. But lifting weights, I'm not a doctor, but they say that it could, stunt your growth and all this other stuff. Who wants to deal with all that? You could do explosion drills and build up your strength without having to lift weights, and just look up explosiveness drills or explosion, building drills for your lower body on YouTube. You kids are smart, you not look up anything else, don't you? So yeah, I mean, it's just, tell your parents like, look, I think that maybe I got a body type issue. If you feel like your weight is like something that you can't get under control, tell your parents, look, I think that I need to go to the doctor and get a body type test, because I think that maybe I'm not supposed to be eating certain foods, and maybe I'm gonna have to make these changes, and like I said, it's better you figure it out now, because you may have siblings that just eat all this other stuff and they're thin, and you think, man, what's going on with me? I'm different. And that's how, it was with me. Like, I don't know. I have a very interesting situation because, I'll say it without, saying anything negative. But essentially, a good portion of my family has my body type. And I don't know why it has never been brought up, like, hey, maybe this is something that we all need to look out for each other on or whatever. But um I think that for the most part, me and my brother understand what it is, and we try our best to try and keep it under control. Like I said, it's not something that's easy, especially living in America. It's not something that's easy at all. And that's not an excuse. It's never any excuse. I have always taken it on the chin that although difficult, it is no excuse to not live the lifestyle properly, because it is what it is. If you want to maintain that lean physique, if you want to look good and you want to be, have your weight management game on point, then you do have to eat certain foods as an endomorph to be able to maintain that. It's just the way it is. You just have to accept that, and that you're always going to have to enjoy certain things in extreme moderation. And when it's time for you to get your weight down, like I always have said in the past, it is going to be a requirement of radical action, which is the place where I'm at right now. I wouldn't say that I'm like ashamed to show myself. I'm not ashamed, but I'm definitely like, man, I need to get it together a little bit more, before I show my face talking about these concepts. Because you be able to look at the video and tell right away, this guy is not living the stuff that he's talking about. And that's the good thing about this video is, I've seen some people come around over the years talking about the endomorphic stuff, and I think that's awesome. I support all that. That's great. But I also think back to the fact that, I made these videos about the endomorphic shit, like, man, a long time ago. And it's interesting how much things have changed for me, how many, life battles I've had and different things I've had going on, just over the last few years, or several years since I was making that content. And, it's crazy. It's crazy. But, I say all that to say that, at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you are, that you're maintaining that thorough and complete understanding of, look, this is the only thing that I can do right now as far as like to cut weight or to maintain my weight. You have to accept that. And maybe you can get some sort of a system down to where like you can say, okay, well, I'll have sweets, but I'm gonna get to my goal weight, or at least I'm gonna try as hard as I can to get to my goal weight before I start having that stuff again. Or you have an extreme moderation, while you're on your journey to your goal weight. But you have to be very, very like strict as an endomorph. I mean, it's freaking ridiculous, especially if you want to see real results and quick results. Like, especially if you're trying to get your medical concerns, under wraps. In order for you to get the weight off in a reasonable amount of time, you got to bust your ass. And so, like I said, I said a few vulgar words, I guess, but I mean, man, kids, let's get it together. I'm gonna make it for kids, because I think kids need to hear this message. Honestly, this message was for the kids. Talk to your parents, have them take you in for a body type test. Also talk to your parents about insulin resistance. There's no guarantee that you have that or whatever, but just talk about body types and say, hey, maybe I'm an endomorph. Maybe I need to eat a certain diet to keep a lean, physique, if that's what it is you're looking for. Because, it could just take a real wicked turn. And it's better that you confront these things head on, even as a kid, than dance around, because health is important. It either is or it isn't. You don't want to play with your health. And whether you're old, young, you really don't want to be overweight. You want to be dialed in as far as your body weight is concerned. You want to be what they would consider most healthy, and most healthy is a balanced, and I wouldn't say necessarily lean, but a healthy body fat, right? You want to be at a healthy body fat for your height, weight, age. Sayonara.